Welcome back to Impact Lawyer. This is James. Today I want to talk to you about the importance of taking action and of deciphering true action versus false action. We live in the information age. No secret there, right? We all know this. One of the challenges that I think our generation and generations following us have is that we believe that we're being productive when we're just keeping up with information. What do I mean by that? We scroll through Facebook and Instagram. We check Twitter. We see what's happening in the world or among our friends. And we're keeping up with the information, the data that's coming to us by keeping up with this influx of new information on a daily basis. We check our emails because we need to get through the information. Maybe we have to respond, maybe we don't. We check out the new Netflix series that's playing. What's coming up next week? We want to keep up with that. The news, we're always bombarded with more news, and there seem to be more and more news channels reporting on politics and things happening in our world, that not only do we keep up with news from one or two or three channels, but if you have Sirius XM radio, you have probably 30 news channels that you can keep up. On some level, it's a little ridiculous, but if we think about how much time we spend each day of our lives keeping up with this information, keeping up with what we think is important, versus being productive and proactive in achieving the goals that we have in life. If we compare those two things and how we spend our time on a daily basis, I think we'd be pretty shocked at how much time we spend keeping up, feeling busy, getting tired out by that, but not moving our life in the direction we want it to go in terms of success, fulfillment, happiness. So if you feel as though this could be happening to you, I think it's important to ask three questions. First of all is, how much time am I actually spending trying to keep up with things? Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, email, news, what's going on with the latest fads, Pinterest. How much time am I spending keeping up with these things? Keep count someday. Take 1 or 2 days out of the week. Just jot down a little piece of paper, keep it in your pocket. Spent 15 minutes on Facebook in the morning. I spent an hour and a half checking emails at work. I spent 30 minutes on Instagram later that night. I listened to the news for 45 minutes. I watched the news on TV for an hour. Again, I'm not saying these things are bad. All I'm saying is, ask yourself the question, are you spending more time doing this than you are spending time achieving goals, working toward your goals? The second question you should ask is, am I actually setting goals? I think so many of us think that we will arrive at some point if we just do, what we know how to do, and what everybody else seems to be doing, we're going to have the lifestyle that we want. But the reality is we have to set concrete goals and keep ourselves accountable. So ask yourself, am I setting goals? Personal, professional? Do I want to get skinnier? Do I want to get stronger? Do I want to make more money? Am I setting goals to actually bring that into effect and make a difference in my life? The third question you should ask yourself is, what do I do? How do I respond when things get difficult? Do I give up and go on to the next thing? Do I have a Facebook mentality that I'm just scrolling through to see what is more interesting than the last thing I looked at? Or do I push through and persevere through difficulties in order to achieve the goals that I set out that I know are important, even when it gets hard, especially when it gets difficult? Am I willing to take on the challenges to make my life what I want it to be, because I know it's more important than what I see immediately around me or that I'm responding to in terms of social media and other information? Begin to ask yourself those three questions. And I think if you do, you can start to filter out the smoke and mirrors, the things that make you feel busy but that are not productive, and start accomplishing things in life that are productive.